Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will talk about string bending, and this will be more in the context of like the Indian classical music style. Also there it's called Meend. And it's played on the sitar, for example, by bending the strings. It's a typical sitar technique, actually, bending the strings. And it's played on the sarod. Also, sarod doesn't have any frets, so it's just it's like a glissando without hearing the notes in between, you can say. Because if I'm doing a slide on the guitar, it's actually not like a constant slide. It's like more like a chromatic, a quick chromatic scale, you can say. Of course, it's that quick that it's when you do it fast, it's hard to hear like every note, but it's very different than really doing this. This is a very different sound, so you don't have any notes in between, or you have all notes in between you're showing, like for a very quick instant. Okay, please go down in the description below. There is a PDF for this lesson, and I will not go through everything on that PDF. And also, like, there is this like a bit about the Turkish microtones. Which is also like a topic of bending, of course. Like if we talk about bending, then actually like there are like 2 or 3 different categories I'm thinking in. The one is really bend from one note, at least 1/2 step to another note. That's more this Meend, this Indian raga style of playing. And then there's the micro bendings, which is more like for the Turkish microtones, for different tonal systems, different intonations, or shrutis also. And then there's this whole field of vibrato, which is not really belonging here, because vibrato is not really, except maybe in Andolan in Indian classical music, vibrato is not really about certain pitch you're bending to, so you're not reaching like a certain kind of pitch. It's more like the the oscillation of a note, that kind of effect, you can say, or that kind of a sound. All right. Bending on the guitar, to try to have a very good intonation and so on, it's actually quite hard. On the sitar, it's easier because you do not have like an adjacent string. For example, if I do to do this bend. I bend my G string upwards, and very soon in the movement of the bending, I'm already touching the neighbor string here, the B string, and to go further with my G string, I also have to bend the B string. So it's a lot of tension, actually, also with more thick strings like 13s here on this guitar. It's really quite a challenge. But on the other hand, like on the sitar, actually, you are bending up until a 1/6 of the scale, so you can play really like a whole like. You can just play by staying on one fret, on one fretted note, and then just bend the whole scale up and down. So that actually is something. When you hear that and when you see that, then it reminds us guitarists also that it's actually possible. It is possible to have a very great intonation with bending strings, and I mean I'm still in the process of doing that. You will hear that now in this lesson, that I'm also like kind of searching still, or like practicing that. It can be actually better, but what can you do? I want to give you some exercises also that you also be able to work on that. Because also it's a great technique. It's a great sound you can get on the guitar by doing that. These mere these larger bendings to up until a minor third, or like an augmented second. I'm mostly doing on my G string. I have a plain G string here, and this allows me to more easily bend than maybe on a if it would be like a wound G string as on most acoustic guitars, or in string sets for jazz guitars. And also it's really difficult on a classical, on the nylon string guitar. So actually this plain G string here, it's a 20 is the size, the thickness of the G string here. It's not that difficult, you can say, to bend. And I try, as I said, when there are these more larger bendings, I try to really keep my playing on the G string. So it's also kind of a more horizontal way of playing, which is also like more this sitar, or also sarod kind of style to play. Okay, so some more things about bending. There are first, like your fingernails should be short, because you are not bending like that. You try more to go with your fingers above the string. So your fretting of the string is already more from top down, you can say. It's not straight to the fretboard, like orthogonal to the fretboard, that you press the string and then you're bending the string, but it's more like you already come from a little bit above the string, and your movement, when I'm playing, your movement can already be like the bending. I mean, your fretting can already be the bending. That's the idea. And of course, the more you are from more above the string, the more control you have, and the more power you also can apply without that the string will slip away from your fingertips. Okay, but try this for yourself. You will find out that thinking about that and adjusting that, adjusting the posture of the fingers will make a change. Also, very important, when doing these more larger bendings, you should actually let the lower fingers help doing that. So I like very much actually to bend with my fourth finger, with my little finger here, but to just bend with the finger is very, very difficult. I mean, very much power, and I like also general. I try to avoid to work too hard. I mean, that's of course I have to work hard on string bendings, but at the same time I try to make it simpler. I try to relax more, or find like ways which are more comfortable, and I need less muscle work. Because if you do this a lot, like bending, you really feel like your hand gets really like tired and sore in a way, and that actually it's not good for the hand, for your whole technique to. So it's it's like a balance act of like a balancing thing between like tiring your hand, ruin your technique, and at the same time uh, does it make sense? I mean, I just mean be careful. Anyway. All right. The other thing, so when I do this this bending, and I then I will really, when I do this bending with my fourth finger, with the little finger, then really the other fingers will help. So I can really, yeah, I can even go to a major third, but actually I'm not doing that. I'm not achieving. I don't want to force the muscles and everything so much that I'm working on that. I try really to only play these larger bendings on my G string, and maximum is like a minor third. That way I in a way I guarantee that that I'm not forcing too much and ruin my technique. But of course, sometimes if I'm really in the middle of playing, I'm also bending on other strings, like on the A string, and it can also happen that I'm bending on the A string like a minor third or an augmented second up. So it happens, but I'm not really practicing that because I wanna be careful with my technique. So you can practice this in a more easy, loose way on this G string, and but at the same time make sure actually that you're practicing bendings and that technique, so that actually when you play, when you improvise, you also are more prepared to do it on any string. Okay, so also there's some stuff written on notation. You can also check out. There's this legend when you go to the to my website huphildenbrand.com and to the Guitar Academia site on that. There you find below the shop there's actually a PDF, a free PDF, which you can just it's like 6, 7, I don't know, pages, and this is a legend of all these how I notate or abbreviate certain things, techniques and microtones and stuff. So and this is also updated from time to time. So you also see a date there, and there you also see some some stuff notated with these bendings and microtones and certain techniques. How I'm notating that, because I think there are no like official ways how to do it, and I've seen nothing, so I had to invent some symbols and stuff. Also, one thing when notating these bendings, then normally it's like a B. You have this line, and then you put there a B for bending. A long time ago I translated all these words like slide, bending, hammer on, pull off into German language. So I'm still keeping my I have like a Z. And this Z comes from Saiten ziehen, so string bending, ziehen, Z. Okay, that's just if you see this letter, you know, oh, it's a bending. So that's all you have to adjust there maybe. All right, so let's go for the exercises on page 2 and 3. The first is going like, and actually it is notated for some notes, but it's actually meant like always as a scale sequence. So you can start from any note. And what I'm doing here, I actually play a drop D tuning, so I've just a low D instead of a low E. So I have this kind of drone thing, like a tambura, and so it's a nice sound to work with. And in this context, I always also have my root and my fifth, so I have like some reference for intonation. But actually, there's one more important thing. It depends, of course, on your instrument, on the how rigid the neck is of your guitar. When bending a string, and especially a wider bending, like a minor third, but already like a major third, will also bend your neck. So by doing that, you already like bend your neck. You will hear that now it's the string is bent. I play my low strings, and then I release my bend. Listen what happens. Or I just... Yeah, you hear just by bending that this changes intonation. And this, of course, has really to do with the instrument. When you play sitar, the sitar is really built, and it's a very important feature of a good sitar, that it will not do that. That the neck is really rigid. That you can always have all your resonance strings and everything sounding in the right intonation, and you can bend like a six up, and nothing will happen to the neck. So so the sitar, of course, is really built for that. The guitar is not. So that's one more of these techniques I'm using. I try to do on the guitar, which actually it's not meant for this instrument. And you very quickly you make these experiences that that's a problem now. Now you have a problem. But anyway, you try your best. I mean, what I'm doing, and it's a good to know this actually, that this bending also of the neck happens, because of course bending means you put much more tension on the neck, so the neck will just like this bow. It just will bow, and that way it will go lower. So when I bend from C to D, yeah, I know that when I play now, when I play now the other strings with this note, that actually what I am playing, my D's and also my A here, they are actually just a little bit too low. When I just play this without any accompaniment, when I just play, yeah, it sounds right. Yeah, but when I play the other strings also, then it's a bit different. It's just generally you have to find out this on your instrument to see whether this happens, and you can just very easily just play the strings and then bend this. You bend that string and you mute it, and then you hear, oh, it's changing. Okay, so you know that when you also want to play these strings together with what you're playing, the tendency is that you you do not play, you do not bend as high as the note is actually is. So it's a bit like lower. I mean, it's just a very little, but yeah. I mean, you of course, when you play with other musicians, like if you have like a bass or like a piano or like other instruments, also playing maybe this bass and this, I mean, this drone or the tonic pitch, then you also notice that there are some intonation problems. So you, in a way, you have to deal with that, or you have to know, okay, in this, now here I can do that, and in this context it's tough, it's hard. Maybe I also do that, but I don't bend too much, just half steps, or I do it more quick as a quick effect, or whatever. I mean, it's just good to know that, you know, to know that this can actually happen. Okay, so let's go into these exercises, which are quite difficult, I have to admit. Okay, the first is like you bend the string, and you do this really in time. 1 and 2, and on the end, on that beat, you also play the Chicari string, the root, the D in this case. So you do like 1. Yeah, and you can start here. Yeah, that's the first exercise, and then you can go with the same thing. You can go up like. Alright, the next is a pre-bend. Pre-bend means you immediately play the note, and then you bend the note and then you play it. Yeah, so you do like yeah, the first version is actually quite cool, because what you're doing, you bend the note, for example, to A here, you play it, and then you go release it to the G, and then you heard the G already. Now, so you have a reference to check yourself whether this and this is the same. Yeah, so you hear it's the intonation is already changing when I pre-bend here. But anyway. Okay, that's really tough, and the other way around. So it's like so that's really that's a lot of work. And then we have the third exercise here is like a combination. So what you do is like your bend, then you play also your Chicari string, and then you play play that note again. Yeah. Yeah, and play also your Chikari string. So it goes like. And the other way around, which is more difficult because you have again this pre-bend. So it's heavy here to bend a whole step. Okay. Also, you can, of course, I mean, you can have all kinds of different rhythmic variations, and you can also practice like to do this really slow, really like. To just. Yeah, to do this very slow, because it's also you can use this kind of sound. It's like very often in Indian music at the end this is like happening like. To end on the sa on the root of the raga, to have a slow bend, and then it's released, relief, so to speak. Okay, maximal bending a third. So you wherever you have a minor third, you can. Quite low actually now here, the neck bending thing. Okay, then you have some fragments there, like one fragment is like a gamak kind of. That's also kind of heavy because it's very quick bending. That's your fingers they suffer. This kind of bending of this slide thing. The slide thing, by the way, is another way how to actually apply these Indian mir, more quicker techniques, of course, to the guitar. It's also played on the mandolin, for example, which is like a fretted instrument, mainly played in South Indian music. There are some really great players like Srinivas. He died some years ago. He was an amazing mandolin player, so with these tiny frets and then like really quick these slides, and this is also called mir then on the mandolin. So it's similar technique. So it's actually an Indian style, Indian kind of instrument, or adapted to Indian classical music, where you hear this very quick slides, and it's accepted as a traditional. Also, it's a raga instrument. So there you have the permission to also use a normal guitar there, the fretted guitar, also in Indian classical music. Anyway, another story, because now we are dealing with a string bending. That's different. Okay, so another thing you can do, you can bend a note and then have a kind of like pull off, and not really. I show you what I mean. It's like I play this, and then my backwards motion, my release bend is at the same time. Yeah, that's also nice. All right, then you have fourth string. Let's do it also on the third string. Yeah. So it's also a variation of this pull off thing. Then they're coming like two like Sega or Regius Rust of like Turkish makam music. We actually we talk at another lessons more on these microtones, and we already put out I already put out a lot of stuff actually, and I think also these techniques they are there when you look at the episodes, the different episodes. When I find it, I will put the link down in the description below that you have it. Okay, then we have also this is this bending. Actually, it's also a nice way to create rhythm. So, for example, we have a C, and instead of playing like eighth notes, we can bend the C. I mean the B to the C. Sorry. So we can create rhythm, yeah? So you have like we can do actually the same with a whole step, but not releasing the whole step, just doing. Yeah, so that's a nice way to really create. That's the idea. Okay, then we have these two-note bendings. So whenever we have a minor third, then we can bend two notes. Yeah, so we the first, for example, is we have B, C, D. So we can do that. Yeah, and we can try that in a kind of a rhythmical. Like there are like three examples of just varying the rhythm. Yeah, so one is like so like, and I'm thinking like triplets, huh? Taki ta taki ta taki ta taki ta. And the other is actually the same, but it feels different because I'm thinking like 1 and 2 and 3. Sorry, yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and. instead of. And the other is 2/16, 1/8 notes. Yeah, and so of course you can also when you practice that, you can practice that more slow also, and really listening to, or in the context with a chord accompaniment. I'm always saying this wrong, this word. Accompaniment. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like the comping with a chord, maybe another piano chord, or. And then there's just another musical phrase. It was the same idea, so. All right, quite tough to reach it. What's not written here, I will write that down, is to bend. For example, that's actually something I use very often. Maybe after I wrote that down here, all that stuff. So maybe it's more recent. For example, in D minor, I'm thinking in D minor now. By the way, I'm always playing like D Dorian now. And all these examples in these lessons, they were all in D Dorian. So I'm bending from D to my ninths, to the E, and then I can bend further. Yeah, same idea as we just did with these two other notes. But of course it's like whole step, half step, and here it was half step, whole step. But the same maximum distance to bend, like a minor third. So. And what I can do, what I like very much, is I bend to the E, and then I release a little bit, and bend up to the F, and then scale down. I mean, then E D down. I played slow. Yeah, so that's actually a beautiful technique. Okay, I play a little bit with these techniques in D minor Dorian, and yeah, just give you some impression of these sounds and why it's useful, how we can use it. Okay, so I think you get the kind of a picture, like the small, slow kind of a more alap movement, so more slow lines, but this bending really gives like a very deep kind of a maybe spiritual kind of a sound, which is really typical, really characteristic, of course, for Indian classical music, and you hear that also instantly. I think you see, okay, that's that room where we are then. Okay, anyway, I think you got a lot of stuff, and very good luck with practicing all these bendings and this intonation thing. Yeah, be prepared. It's tough. If you like these lessons here on Guitar Academia, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get notifications if a new video will be released. And this is the case actually every week. And also you can donate. Just go down in the description below to the link to my website, hoophildenbrand.com. There's the Academia site. You find a button there where you can donate. So to support this channel, and of course also downloading the PDF helps you and helps me also, supports me and my work here. I would be really thankful for that. So to really go on, and there's a lot of stuff still to cover. All right, so thanks for watching. My name is Hoop Hildenbrand.